Hi everyone, I'm Sandie La Nae. Welcome to Psychic Creations. We have an interesting show for you today. As you can see, we are on location at Dayton Cemetery in Dayton, Nevada. The Paranormal Investigative team I am part of, Thin Veil Investigators, and Nevada Historical Society Docent and Special Projects Historian Arline La Ferry hosted a cemetery picnic event at the Dayton, Nevada Cemetery. After the guests arrived and got all snuggled into their chairs, we began our cemetery picnic by introducing we Thin Veil Investigators, which then I, Sandie La Nae, followed that with a brief speech about cemetery picnics through time. Next, Thin Veil Investigator Kim Copél, who is also founder and guide of Genoa Historic Ghost Tours, talks about the different styles of tombstones, gravestones, footstones, burial markers, the carvings of icons, pictures, and text on the burial markers, and also the different types of cemeteries. Following Kim, Arline La Ferry spoke about the Dayton Cemetery, the very first site of the cemetery, its history, and specific locations of the older graves. Next on the agenda, we asked our guests to walk around and enjoy the Dayton Cemetery. We had an extra guest at our cemetery picnic. He sat very still, posing for the picture. And we had an extraordinary sky accompanying our event. Every one of the wrought iron fences tells a story. Each enclosure elegant in detail. The simple and the stylish fencings grace the grounds. In many places, Mother Nature can take over. Old and new graves share this cemetery. Materials used for headstones include wood, iron, and granite. Footstones are seen in this cemetery too. And now all the guests come back to the parking lot for a picnic and lectures. Once again, getting comfy. The first speech for our picnic lectures was given by me, Sandie La Nae. I talked about the history of Dayton. It was once called Ponderer's Rest, named by the immigrants who stopped here for water along the Carson River. In 1861, the town was officially named Dayton after surveyor John Day. Dayton can boast of having many firsts in this area, such as the very first Nevada dance in 1852. It was attended by 9 women and 150 men. Dayton, Nevada is a very fascinating little community. Following, Arline La Ferry told our guests about the famous and the noted and the personalities that are buried in the Dayton Cemetery. Included are a number of politicos and those from the Mexican War, the Civil War, and the Spanish-American War. Also buried in this cemetery is Old Virginie, the man who founded Virginia City. Arline happens to have a famous motto: "I dig up the dirt on dead people." Next, Kim Copél speaks about ghost tours and significant and important factors in regards to attending ghost tours. Kim is the founder and guide of Genoa Historic Ghost Tours, and she explains to our guest her extensive research, leading her to the finer points on just what to look for before spending money on a tour. Very important facts are accurate history, passion and interest in a docent's voice. Disinterest and sensationalism from a docent or guide can make a very boring tour. Be sure to make your outing agenda fun and worth the money by being aware of each trip ahead of time. Be sure to go on Genoa Historic Ghost Tours.
Dayton was founded in 1849. When the Comstock Historic District was established in 1969, in recognition of this town's rich history, Dayton was included in these honors. The structures and sites of this historic locality are in the National Register of Historic Places. Some historians say that the first gold nuggets were found in this region in 1848, but the first documented finding in Nevada occurred in the spring of 1849, when a frontiersman by the name of Abner Blackburn took a bread pan and a butcher knife and went prospecting. Abner discovered a gold nugget in what is known as Gold Canyon, the area where Old Town Dayton begins, which started the gold and silver boom. Known as the Comstock Lode, this area eventually led to Nevada's statehood. In 1861, the Nevada Territory was established. This year, too, the town was named after John Day, a surveyor who laid out the town. Nevada became a state in 1864, and Lyon County was one of Nevada's original 9 counties. Dayton was Lyon County's first county seat. Because of the availability of water from the Carson River, it soon became the first major milling center of the Comstock. Also, with abundant natural resources and with a plentiful food supply, Dayton became a major trade focus. Its population grew rapidly, from 78 residents in 1860 to 2,500 in 1865. The mining and milling era waned near the turn of the century. From the early 1900s until the late 1980s, the town changed little except for the courthouse burning down in 1909 and the county seat afterward being moved to Yerington. In 1991, the construction of an 18-hole tournament-quality golf course designed by Arnold Palmer heralded the beginning of growth in Dayton Valley that continues to this day. Dayton Cemetery itself was founded in 1851. This is one of the oldest, constantly maintained cemeteries in the state of Nevada. The original location of the Dayton Cemetery before 1851 was in Dayton Valley, but flooding of the Carson River forced residents to look for higher ground. The hill chosen where this cemetery currently rests was considered a more suitable location. Many of Dayton's and the surrounding area's founding fathers are buried here, including James Fenimore, known as Ol Virginie, the founder of Virginia City. Numerous politicians are laid to rest as well, such as Charles H. Russell, who was the governor of Nevada from 1951 to 1959. Also buried in this cemetery is Edward Lovejoy, son of Elijah Lovejoy, the first abolitionist martyr to the free press prior to the Civil War. In addition to being the final resting place for many of these early-day pioneers and miners, also interred are 86 known veterans of war, which include a few from the Mexican War, the Civil War, the Spanish-American War, World Wars I and II, the Korean War, and the war in Vietnam. When walking around the graves, one discovers the names on many headstones that recount much of Dayton's rich Italian history. The trail to the Mother Lode passed directly in front of this cemetery, and if you look carefully, the wagon tracks can still be seen on the north side of the parking lot. To visit the Dayton Cemetery, turn due west at the stoplight at the intersection of Highway 50 and Main Street. Main Street then transitions into Cemetery Road as you ascend up the hill. This road ends at the Dayton Cemetery, which is easy to find as it sits right under the Dayton Water Tower. Informational brochures and flyers are available, located at the entrance to the cemetery proper. Handicap parking is to the south of the burial grounds. The Dayton Cemetery remains in active use and is open during the daylight hours to the public. No dogs are allowed except those who are service animals.
Thin Veil Investigators. We Veilers were born on November 19th, 2005, and what a journey we've had. We Thin Veilers are a unique team because we all have psychic abilities or are very sensitive in different ways. I happen to have the ability to see the deceased. That is fun. We have team members who are what we term physical sensitives. They immediately get aching arms or other limbs, or immediately get headaches or nauseous when the spirits are near. We have members who are what we term audio sensitives, hearing the spirits. 2, we have members who are what we term environmental sensitives. They feel or sense spirit energies right off the bat in any room or area. We do use electronics to detect the spirits too, such as cameras, camcorders, digital or tape recorders, EMFs, K2 meters, spirit boxes, etc., as they help us with our evidence and documentation. But we really do rely on our abilities first and foremost. I have to admit, our abilities are a very nice edge when it comes to investigations. 2, we like to boast we are low-tech when it comes to communicating with spirits. We all use dowsing rods or pendulums, but we also use simple items such as cotton balls, toy cars, beads, yarn strands, playing cards, miniature wind chimes, and other small items to communicate with the spirits. Many times in answer to our questions, a pencil will turn or a toy ball will roll. Ghosts love to move things in answering questions or to capture our attention, so we set about easily movable objects for them to do so. We have and do investigate in a number of ways, in a number of places. These include historical buildings, museums, documented haunted houses, ruins, private homes, businesses, antique stores, churches, caves and cave openings, abandoned buildings, cemeteries, and areas such as fields, meadows, forests, etc., and artifacts such as jewelry, dolls, clocks, paintings, furniture, dinnerware, to name a few. A building isn't the only thing that can have spirits attached to them. We Veilers have investigated and documented many places in our 10 years. We have incredible pictures, footage, and EVP ranging in the upper thousands. We are old school investigators and sticklers for being well protected physically and psychically while investigating. We all carry, wear, and use special protective talismans, such as stone jewelry, totem animal figurines, and special protective icons or figures. We feel it is very smart to be as protected as possible while on an investigation. We are also adamant in that we research a building or area before an investigation. History, we feel, is a very large portion of investigations, not only for safety's sake, but for knowledge and connections and communications with those who once owned or resided in the structure or area we are investigating. It is very smart to know just where you are going and where you are going to be. We Veilers have investigated extraordinary places. And now, back to the cemetery picnic. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. If you would like to be a guest on my Psychic Creation show, please know that the content is of the spiritual, the paranormal, the holistic health specialties, and music, history. And you can contact me at my website, which is www.sandiepsychicstones.com, or an admin at sandiepsychicstones.com. Thank you for watching Psychic Creations, and we'll see you next show. This stone is the yellow jasper, which means spotted or speckled stone, and is derived from Old French jaspre. The metaphysical uses of jasper are: it uplifts the spirit. It is a traveler stone, as its protective properties are likely to ensure safe traveling conditions. It is a nurturing stone, as it helps calm the nerves and the emotions. It has a strong connection to Mother Earth and her healing powers. A protective stone, it sustains and supports during times of stress and also offers protection during spiritual work. It aids in problem solving and intellectual abilities. This mineral's energies are compatible with the healing properties of the sun. It can be used to tap into the knowledge stored in the solar plexus chakra. The physical uses of yellow jasper are: it is said to help with digestion in the stomach and is effective in the promotion of tissue regeneration. To find further information on stones, my book, Sandie Psychic Stones, offers all sorts of information and anecdotes. You can find this book on my website, which is www.sandiepsychicstones.com.